All right. Hey, I think this is working, but Zoom is on the struggle bus. So Tuesday, September 15th, and Wednesday, September 16th, both of those, for those of you who are playing the home game. Yes, Michael, you may absolutely tell me something. I look forward to it. Just remind me at the end when I'm excited and getting rid of kids. Let's see. Those of you who are not practicing wearing a mask, again, I've been making my daughters do the same thing, especially if your last name is the L through Z, or if you're going to be here coming up on Thursday and Friday, then you may want to make sure that you have a comfortable mask that you can wear. Yes, you can go grab it now if you want to. That's fine for me. And since I don't have to yell at you quite yet, those of you who are practicing with your mask, then you should be good to go. I ordered a bunch of masks for me. One, I ordered a little cloth masks. I also ordered white masks so that I can draw on the front of them, because I plan on drawing on the front of my masks to entertain myself, and then we'll see what happens. And then I also got black masks because I look really cool. So I'm gonna go back and forth. And then I also just have my cloth mask that I can wear all the time. So I can wear that one too. And just sort of like depends on my mood, it depends on what's gonna be comfortable, and we'll go from there. And then maybe I'll sell you guys masks, but not for money, but this thing we'll talk about on Thursday and Friday with you guys. Wow, Eli, that is a frightening way to refer to me. The last thing you want to do is try to build up my ego even higher than what it already is. Nothing good is going to come from that. So today we have 1 through 4. If you're watching this on Wednesday, is period 5 through 8. Schedule changes on Thursday, which we'll talk about more here in just a moment. Hopefully you're ready for that one. There is a building tour tomorrow, unless you're watching this on Wednesday. If you're watching on Wednesday, then it's tonight. But it's going to be Wednesday evening. We have the building tour. Again, teachers are not supposed to be here, so you won't see me, unfortunately. Maybe I'll print off a picture. Ooh, I like that idea. I can print off a picture and I'll put it on my door so you can see that's my room, and we can go from there. But you should be able to see into my room and be able to look around. Your parents are not allowed in, so it's just you guys, and you get to run around. I believe there'll be some 8th graders here that can show you guys around and give directions. And then at least that way you can sort of figure out your way around the building so you don't completely freaking out. Well, Mina, I mean, you don't have to completely skip soccer. You can only be in here for 20 minutes. So you can come at the very beginning or towards the end, unless, of course, your practice is like from 6 to 8. And woo-hoo to you. Anyway, let's see. IXL, you guys are good except for the 2 kids I've already yelled at. I just told you, Mina, 6 to 8. 6 to 6 to ocho. I don't know how to do 6 very well, but ocho, that one I know, because those things in the water, the ochopus, those things, that's how I figured that one out. Anyway, did that one. IXL. I am not assigning more IXL to you. I still have other kids who have not finished the other IXL. I don't know how math teachers do it. They just keep giving you more and more IXL, and I'm like, I can't even get kids to do the ones I already have. And so we'll see what we can do from that one. Oh, look, a good job, Eli. Someone knows their Spanish. So I don't have to worry about this one. I don't need to know Spanish. I teach Inglés. And then again, those of you who are coming in this week, Blue Days on 17 and 18. Now, technically, you're all going to be blue on the 17th and 18th. Either you're going to be here because your team #blue, or you're going to be at home, which makes you feel depressed and sad, which also makes you blue. So no matter what, you're going to be team blue, either here at school blue or depressed because you're at home and not going to be me here in person. So it's going to work out the same way. I don't need to know you and your Spanish. Me no hablo inglés either. So Thursday, here's what we have coming up. You're going to have period 1. By the way, it starts a little bit later. For those of you who have trouble apparently making it to school by 8 o'clock, it is going to start at 8:15. So you have a 15-minute leeway on that one to help you out. Yeah, that makes sense, Joey. I mean, it just does not seem like the right way to do teaching. I'd rather try to just keep yelling at kids to try and get it turned in rather than trying to give you guys more, but to each their own. But Thursday, you have period 1 for a long time, and then you're going to have period 2 for a long time, and then you're going to have period 4, which is going to be lunchtime. And I now know your teachers now know what lunch they have. So if you talk to your 4th grade teacher, they can tell you. And then if you send me a remind message later today, not right now because I won't pay attention to it, but later I can look it up and even tell you that way too if you really want to know. I can tell her whether you have A lunch, B lunch, or C lunch, and then you can know what friends you want to go hang out with. And then period 6 is how you end Thursday. And then Friday is all those other classes. You get to start the day with me on Friday. For those of you who are third period right now, you're going to start the day third period with me. It's going to be the bomb diggity. And then you're going to go from here to best. And you're going to have an hour and a half of best. Mr. Broviak, your schedule says SEL. It's your best class. They are just breaking it up into two different things, SEL and then best. SEL is going to be one thing, and then best is going to be they're like two different activities we're doing, but it's all in the same room. And then you're going to have lunch with period 5, and then period 7 at the end of the day, and then you're done. And I've already got our stuff planned out, and it's going to be the bomb diggity. I'm kind of excited. Excuse me, did not mean to bring that up. All right, so then again, I'm in the process of creating a new page on Canvas that is going to have all of this information for you. And I will hopefully be sending that link out this afternoon. And then again, I'll be sending out the remind messages telling you each day prior to the school which classes you're going to want to go to on which days and stuff like that. Eli, you look adorable. So then again, if your last name is A through K, you're in the building on Mondays and Tuesdays. Last name L through Z, you get to be here on Thursdays and Fridays. Mina, I'm guessing right now you will not be allowed to eat in my class, even though normally I have no problem with you eating in my class. Although I guess if you can find a way to eat while wearing your mask, then maybe we can see what we can do. And you can find a way to like, or hang on, watch this. You can do it like feeding like a fish. If you're wearing your mask, you just pull it forward and then drop it in, and then like just go nom 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 nom, and you can eat it like that. And then that'll be up to you to sort of figure it out. For those of you who are struggling, it sounds like fun. How many reds? I don't know numbers. We'll figure it out. Third period is not as bad. My fourth period is more way crazy. Yes, I'm aware the band masks have slots in them because you can use the musical instrument. So yes, if you have one of those, more power to you. Of course, it's going to be incredibly creepy watching you eat when you're like and like throwing it in the middle of that. I will probably have to mock you openly, but as long as you're okay with that, so am I. By the way, two things. One, we are getting ready to go back to that information from the notes we did last week. So if you don't have access to that, find a way to get access to that. By the way, Zoom is now working and you guys are all like normal speed. So yay, I just had to have patience. So those of you who, maybe we'll have to see. That might be possible, Mina. So those of you who have paper version, it's the paper version. This is paper version. Make sure you get that back out for paper version. It's the thing we did where you had to do the notes, short story note things. Those of you who have the digital version, you can go ahead and get out digital version. And we're going to be going through it here in a moment and giving you more information. Plus, this is our last day of chat challenge. Eli, that seems a little strong. Then Eli, you're going to do it all over again. If it helps, I'm going to be going fast as we go through it, so you're not going to have as much time. But you know, that's how the challenge works. And we have our last day of chat challenge, and we'll see how things go from there. Ooh, maybe I should practice. Let's try this. I'm going to put on my mask, and let's see. I'm going to try talking through my mask, since in theory, this is one of the things we're going to have to try and do. So hopefully I'm only partially muffled, and it's going to give me a chance to try and improve my talking skills also. Well, good luck, Eli. I mean, given you get to use this on the quiz coming up this week on for you guys Friday. So Thursday and Friday, we have a quiz, and you get to use all of this information that you've written down to try and use it. So I wish you the best of luck. All right, and our last day of chat challenge. We're going to try and use a lot of chat challenge today. All right, and again, if you are doing the digital version, make sure you are saving it and whatnot so you have access to it. Hopefully you have it hidden somewhere. So my goal, by the way, with all of this a second ago, is that I was trying to buy you time to go get the piece of paper so that now that we can jump into it, we can help you out. All right, let's begin. So hang on, let me tighten my little ear things. There we go. See how that works. It's a little bit tighter. Feels snuggish. All right. Hot Cheetos are disgusting. Let to each their own. I'm more just a basic. You can give me your starry face all you want. I'm not a big fan of hot Cheetos. We gotta go spotlight this guy. There we go. All right. There we go. So with plot, let's go with, all right, chat challenge. The first one is, what is the basic definition of plot? Let's begin our chat challenge before you guys got a chance to get ready. And let's see who comes in. I'm ready. And Joey wins. That was Joey who came in the fastest. But hang on, who else is tagged in? So Joey was the winner. Kayla, nice. Eli, if only you had your paper, Eli, you would have known the correct definition. Apparently your memory don't be so good. And Amanda's good. Jagger's good. And then Erica, no, bad Erica. You read the wrong thing, Erica. You tried to use Eli's memory. Don't use Eli's memory. And good job, Harvey. And then Jay, kind of. You're a little off, Jay, but not too bad. Andrew's good. And then, yeah, Eli. Mina, no, bad Mina. And then, All right. So those of you who said what happens in the story, that was the correct one we were going with on there. For the what happens in the story, that's all I was going for. All right. On character, before you guys get too sassy, I'm changing the question a little bit so you can't try and pre-cheat on this one. Well, good job, Sophia. All right, I'm going to tag in on that one a little late, but it was a very detailed answer, so I'll still give you a slight shout out there on the details. All right, on character, it is going to be a one-word answer. For character, what was the one word I hadn't read that you had to know? Donnelly. Nicely done. You smoked the fools. Done. All right, so then who else we have coming in? And then Jagger, your word made me laugh. If you've not gone back to look at your word, Jagger, I might recommend you do that because you made me giggle. Benjamin, no, but a good guess. Then yes, Chandler, Evan, Kate, and then Mina, no, bad Mina. And then Tyler, that's not one word, although technically you are correct. Joey and then Sophia, who is capital letters. Oh, there we go. Jagger now figured out how to spell things. Jay, are you complimenting me and saying I have a good personality? Thank you, Jay. I do have a good personality, but that is not the actual answer for the question. But I always accept a good compliment. Again, the answer is who is in the story? Thank you, Eli. I'm rather fond of myself also, and I do know I'm hilarious. Once we have the live version, I only become more hilarious. I would just, I feel so awkward. Like it keeps moving with my face. That is not going to work well when it comes to being in school. All right. Before you guys, here, hang on. Setting. Ooh, hang on. Before you guys get too excited. Hang on. What? Thanks, Eli. Random message that you sent me on Remind there, which kind of blew me off. Mina, you can't vote early. Bad Mina. All right, ready? Here, don't you shrug your shoulders at me. For setting, Tyler, I haven't asked. Tyler, you're disqualified. You're a horrible child. All right, here's the question. Yeah, my bad is right. I saw that. Here's your question. Mina, stop typing in random answers. You can't double down on being wrong. All right. And then, so we know the setting is going to be the when and where. What is the other way to say when and where? All right, now we get to see who's coming in, who did not get in. Wow, you guys, wow. I'm going to go with those of you who cheated by already have when and where. I'm not taking you, which gives it to Harvey. You're the first one to actually type the answer and take it. Nicely done. Harvey, get to flex on the fools. The others of you, Ben and Sophia and stuff like that, you already had your other answer pre-typed, you cheaters, and then you didn't delete it and you tried to type it at the end. That's why I gave it to Harvey. Jagger, you can't just type in where and when after I had it saying we're not using where and when. You can't double down on it. Jagger, goodness gracious, children nowadays. And, all right, good job, Mina. And then Eli, that's just a random word. Would you have a stroke? And Shaver, good. Donnelly, good. And then Evan, did you say Evan also had a stroke? At least your words rhyme, Evan, but they're not even close. And then good job, Jay. And then, all right, Kayla and Chandler and Tyler. Now Tyler tags back in. Good job, Sophia. Way to come back in now. And then, oh, is that what it is, Ben? I'm going to call shenanigans, Ben. I do not believe I have quick fingers, so I managed to type all of that. No, you sassy. And no, Eli, you can't try to throw random words. No, Joey, you can't define setting as setting. So again, it should have been when and where, and then time and place, and a whole bunch of really special children. All right. Let's see. For point of view, before you guys try to, Sophie your answer by pre-typing it in there, let me figure out what I'm going to come up with before you guys. You're a little premature there, Cameron and Mina. You didn't even wait for me to ask the question. This is going to be a one-word answer on point of view. Ready? Here's your one-word answer. No, those are all just random things. Plot is what? Characters who? Setting when and where? What one-word thing do I... Cheaters. Y'all are a bunch of cheated town. All right. Technically, you got it in there as I was asking. All right, Sophia, I'll give you props on that one. You were the first that time. All right, go. Did you just hair flip, Sophia? Oh my goodness gracious, I saw that. And then don't you shake your head, no. As soon as you got it, you're like, you just flip the hair back. I know you're gonna tell me, no, it was a coincidence, Mr. Broviak. Just like all of a sudden, I'm just like, coincidence. My shoulders just needed to be popped. I'm with you on that. Then whom? Creative. All right, how? All right, and then Mina. No, that's not even one word, Mina. Then you just typed a random. Oh my goodness gracious, kids know it. How the plot is told to us in the story, or how we see the story. Yes, I'm aware of who you are, Eli. Good job. All right. Then, now this is the big thing we're going to get into for today, is figuring out our different points of view. So for first person, third person limited, third person omniscient. Let's go with, for first person, let me figure out what question I want to ask. I'm disqualifying those of you who are already typing answers because you think you're hilarious. All right, hang on. Excuse me. I got all excited and burpy there. Happens to the best of us. Jagger, I'm not arresting you. Are you putting your hands in the air? Or is that your way to show me that you're not cheating? You're just like, Mr. Broviak, illegal English activity. All right. Ready? This is going to be a two-word answer. Two-word answer. First person is not told by a narrator. It is told by who? What two? Grumble, grumble, grumble. All right. So apparently the fastest person was this kid. Nicely done, you. And then coming in, yeah, that's me sassing you. And then Amanda, you came in second. And then apparently Kate. Okay, all right, nicely done. Apparently I did not make that challenging enough. You guys are really fast with your typing, by the way. I'm kind of impressed. Eli, just no. Mina, bad Mina. That's not, oh my goodness, Mina. Then to there, good job, Cameron. And then Jagger, you're partway there. You got half the words. Jay, that's a big word, but not the correct word necessarily, although it kind of would work. Don't you what me? Yes, kind of the protagonist works, but it's not really what we went off of. Then no, bad child. All right, and then no, Mina, stop typing in random. All right, Evan, you at least made me smile. I'll give you that one. All right, so main character, and yes, Joey, it uses the I, me, and we. And Evan, good use of the word narcissistic, and you use the word narcissistic when not replying to me. So that's even better. Usually when people use the word narcissistic, I'm the target of it. All right. Third, you were not, Ben, you cannot just yell, I was first. That's not how it works. All right. So now to third person limited. Ready? Here is your question, my chat challenge. Let's see how many of you guys are already trying to cheat. No, I'm not doing that, Mina, because that requires work on my part. For third person limited, how many people does the narrator follow? Shaver, I believe. Ben, she beat you. You even had that pre-typed out, Ben. You were trying to read my mind with your cheateriness, and Erica still beat you. Nicely done. And then Andrew, good job. Mina, I give up on you. I mean that in the nicest way. And there. Wow, Jay, that's a very detailed answer. And it was correct. And I don't have to sass you. Chandler, I'm giving you a shout out for doing it in a second language. Nicely done. And then from there, nicely done. Go you. And then no, Jagger, bad Jagger. Brady, no, bad Brady. What is wrong with you children? And then Ben, you can't just keep claiming you won when you didn't. Good job, Evan. And then to there, Joey. Joey, stop angrily smashing your keyboard. That does not mean she pre-did it. She typed the number 1, Ben. You're the one that typed out a whole sentence. And so there. So the narrator tells the story and follows one character, uses he, she, they. I like how you anonymously tried to report that. That does make me smile. Nicely done. I'm assuming he's probably going to come back, or he just hates me. We'll find out. Either way, I win. So that's what's important. All right. Wow, Ben, that seems a little rough. All right. So for third person omniscient, all right. I think I used this question with you guys last week. Let's see if you guys can pre-type this one. On third person omniscient, give me a pronoun that is not he, she, or they that can be used. A pronoun that's not, ooh, look at that. Andrew came in first. Nicely done. Andrew with the flex. Apparently his computer paid off for him. And then Donnelly, and then Jagger. Jagger, I don't have to make fun of you, Jagger. I'm so proud of you. Tyler? All right, Tyler, I'll count that one. That is not one I was thinking, but I will absolutely accept that one. And then Brady, Evan, nicely done. Benjamin, that's not a pronoun. That's a big word. Good job, Kate. Sophia, don't put a question mark after it. Come at me with authority. Remember, you're the one that hair flips. You can't do a word and then put a question mark and sound unconfident. You lose your right. No, you don't get to hair flip after that. I know you're saying you weren't, but you still hair flipped. I don't have fizz. Ooh, that does make it tough. Whom's Evan? Oh my God, you hurt my brain, child. Hang on, I've got a feeling this would be Eli got, there we go. And so there, hang on, making sure Eli's not, no. All right. And nope, Eli's not trying to come back in. I don't know what a pronoun is. That does make it tough. Don't worry, I have ways to teach you coming up. Why do I talk to you like your dogs or something? I don't talk to you like your dogs. Dogs learn and respond. Y'all don't. I treat you like a dog that has issues. Mr. Broviak, it's like you're insulting us. Yes, it is like I'm insulting you. Well, Jagger, that was good guessing then. Go you. We will teach you guys eventually what pronouns are. That's part of what we get to have on the list of fun things this year. And by fun, I mean ways to torture you. Hang on 1 second. Let me see what's up with this kid. See if he's trying to get back into the room. And so there. Hello, Mina. Stop sending me remind messages, you horrible child. And so there. And uh-oh. And yep. All right. Uh-oh. Well, apparently he's stuck on the connecting screen. Let's tell him to try again. So hang on. Let me be nice to him. Reboot and come back. Wi-Fi. My favorite torture device is myself. I am my favorite torture device. It is the bestest. Speaking of, here's our activity. So here's what we're getting ready to do. No more chat challenge, although it was fun making you guys battle against each other to the death. Nicely done. Oh, sorry. Every time I get so excited, I inhale little bits of cloth go up my nose. All right. So here is what we're going to do. We are going to do point of view because apparently, much like with Jagger and pronouns, this is going to be a thing that challenges as many of you. And Jagger, you're not the only kid. I had like 4 kids who all told me they had trouble with pronouns. So don't worry, we'll get there. You just have my kid I picked up most recently. But point of view is the thing that some kids struggle with. So we're going to practice it here quite a few times to try and help you out. So what I have is we're going to give you examples of point of view and then see if you can figure out what the point of view should be. First person, third person omniscient, and then if you think it's none of them, you have that one. So before I get to actual examples from stories, what we're going to start off with is one of my favorite things, video games. I'm going to show you a scene from a video game, and you have to figure out, is this video game in first person or third person limited or third person omniscient? We're not going to really use none of those yet, but we're going to get there. Yeah, I was watching you try to give me a stroke by flashing your screen back and forth. I was ignoring you. All right, ready? I battle into the death. We practice fighting. Well, that's not a bad point. All right, here it is. This video game. So now you're going to show me on screen what point of view is this video game being done in. Here we go. Nicely done. And it's by the viewpoint of Steve. Good job, Brady. Way to type it in. And so Steve is the one that you're following around. You have your little pickaxe over there. He's getting ready to go hit that little piggy thing. And so that is a first-person view. Mr. Broviak, you can also do it in third person. I'm aware you can do it in third person. You can change your view in the game. It's just that here's the first-person version. All right. Ready? Here's our next one. Point of view for this one. That is Link. This is Breath of the Wild. And if it helps, Link is the character it follows the entire time. So you should have third person, and if it always follows third person, this one should be this one right here. I don't think, by the way, Mina, just typing the word anonymous after you say a thing makes it anonymous. It just makes me laugh at you. And I'm not sure that's the right one either, because I'm not in that picture. So it can't be a championship if I'm not there. All right, here's our next one. Ready? So for here, what is our point of view for this? You don't, I will sass you every time. You sass me, I sass you back. Nicely done. Good job, Brady. This one, by the way, for those of you who are sassy, do you know what game this one is? That's garbage. That seems a little strong on that one. Do you know which? There you go. It's Warzone. I was looking for the specifics of which one it was. So this one is Warzone. You could tell from the map and stuff like that. So anyway, so here you go. This one is, since you cannot see the character, it is being told through their eyes. That is what makes it first person. All right, let's try our next one. I don't know, Ben. You can write the guy a letter. Another video game. So which point of view is this one being told in? Oh, you guys are getting better at this. Nicely done. Since we cannot, don't you ew that, you cannot see the main character talking to us, that is going to make it a first person. Not Halo, but a good guess. It is a game much better. It is not a ripoff of TF2. Not everything that plays multiplayer is a ripoff of TF2. I mean, I like Overwatch and I like Fortnite. Nicely done. By the way, do you know which character this is? For those of you who play Overwatch, you should know it from Doodoo. You guys are haters. Nicely done, Owen and Andrew. Ben, it is Tracer. Go you. I'm proud of you guys. All right, ready? Here's our next game to give you guys one. Let's go with point of view for this one. And yay! All right. So you're getting better at this one. All right. Wow, so hateful. I'm not asking for your opinion of it. So again, should be third person limited. By the way, on this one, Fortnite does become third person omniscient after you die. If you've never played the game, right now you're in third person limited because you are running around following this character. Once you die, then it switches and follows other characters. And every time it switches to a different character, it becomes third person omniscient. So it goes from third person limited to omniscient once you die. So it's called the difference between the two. I'm not calling it fork knife. All right, let's try this one. This is Clash of Clans. If you've never played Clash of Clans, you get to sort of choose each of those different characters. And oh, never mind, apparently you guys already know it. Nicely done. This one would be third person omniscient, because, and those of you who don't know, because you've not played it before, I'm not hating on you. But on this one, you sort of get to pick each of those different characters and play as the different character depending on what you want to do. And so it works that way as the whole third person omniscient. And so that gives you an idea. All right. So now we've done video games as our tester one. Now we're going to move to slightly more challenging. I'm going to show you little clips from stories. This is our easy version still before I get to tough version. So then we're going to see if you can figure out what point of view the story is. And I'll read the part of the story to you. It's just a section, a snippet. All right. Zach repeated the phrase to himself again as he glanced at the numbers scrawled on the piece of paper clutched in his hand. As long as he kept his cool and didn't look suspicious, he would be fine. This would be easy. So what is our point of view here? And ooh, Not everyone's agreeing on this one. Uh-oh. See disagreements. Oh, never mind. You're changing. On this one, do you have the main character telling you what's happening? No. So it's not first person. That brings it to third person. And does it follow one or many characters? It follows one. So it should be third person limited. Oh, wow. Well, then, Maida, congratulations on being seated so high. But I'm sorry it worked out that way. And no, I did not have TF2 on there. I did not want to spoil you in your sassiness. All right, let's try another one. I was awoken from sleep by the cry of fire. The curtains of my bed were in flames. The whole house was blazing. It was with great difficulty that my wife and myself made our escape from the inferno. I resigned myself to apparently you guys all figuring it out. Good job. So again, being told from the main character, scooting this back up. Now my ears hurt. That's why we have to practice all these things. Makes my earballs hurt. All right, let's try that. Maybe it's a little better. All right, so on this one, first person being told through the main character. Now we're going to challenge you a bit more. Now let's go to a poem. I'll read the poem to you. It's a short poem. All right, here's the poem. Maggie and Millie and Molly and May went down to the beach to play one day, and Maggie discovered a shell that sang so sweetly she could remember her troubles, and Millie befriended a stranded star whose rays 5 languid fingers wore, and Molly was chased by a horrible thing which raced sideways while blowing bubbles, and May came home with a smooth round stone, as small as a world and as large as a lone. And then ignore the last stanza because it just confuses people. So we'll just stop there and ignore the last one. Nicely done. This one should be Heart Bubble. It should be your third omniscient because it jumps around from Maggie and then to Molly and then to Millie and then to May. All right. I think that was my last easy one. All right, it is. All right. So now we get to jump to the tougher ones. Here's how the tougher ones work. The next ones, I wrote a story for you. So this is me writing the story. And so it's going to jump for each screen as the story continues, is going to keep jumping points of view. And I'm going to try and throw tricky things in there to see if I can throw you off. So we're going to see how many of you get to keep flexing on the fools, and we'll see how smart you are. All right. Good luck. As I walked up the hill, I realized that the air was too quiet. There was no sound from the bunny monster, who was nearly always growling from the base of the old maple tree. I thought I saw a shadow move high up on the slope. When I looked again, it was gone. Where is that creature? I asked under my breath. All right, apparently I started off way too easy. Nicely done. This first one is first person. Mr. Broviak, what's a bunny monster? Good question. Bunny monsters are a thing that show up in my class quite a bit. It is a rabbit that has giant antlers coming off of its head, and then they like to live in forests, and they like to live in school lockers, and they are known for eating children's toes. They find them a delicious delicacy, and they pop up in quite a few of my stories. I even have a statue that a kid found of one, and this is what, and so that would give you an idea. So it even has this little horns right there and its crazy eyes. And it's even got its little bunny tail in the back. And I have a bunch of pictures and stuff of them in my classroom of them. It is one of my many insane things. So get used to bunny monsters. They are adorable. Well, it's not my fault they don't laugh at my jokes. My jokes are awesome. They're just haters. All right, let's change. We have, as the scared student walked up the hill, she realized that everything was too quiet. Watching her, the bunny monster tipped his head back and drew breath to growl. But just as the first grrr passed his lips, he heard the crack of a dead branch off to his left. Startled, he looked over, cocking his horned head to one side, and watched the strange man with great interest. As the creepy man saw the student start up the hill, he moved quickly into the shelter of the huge old maple tree. If she saw him now, everything would be ruined. I'll grab her as she walks past, he thought to himself, and smiled a wicked grin. All right, now you guys figured out it was third person. Nicely done. By the way, I tried to throw you off at the very end there where it says, I'll grab her as she walks past, because it does use I. And I was hoping some of you would fall for that, but it's also in quotation marks, which means it's part of dialogue, and you cannot include anything in dialogue. So that was me trying to be mean. Don't worry, I'll get more trickier as it goes along. I've never seen that Lunchables commercial. I am intrigued, Sophia. And it does jump from one character to the next. It starts off following the student, and then goes to the bunny monster, and then goes to the creepy old man. So because it jumps characters, that should make it third person omniscient as it goes from one character to the next. All right, let's try another one of my stories. The evil old teacher watched as the girl came up the hill and looked around. Sorry, got choked up. Hang on. Agua, thank you. The girl came up the hill and looked around uneasily. It's almost like she's looking for something, he thought. I wonder what it is. Focusing on the ground, the man noticed a small, furry creature in the weeds, but ignored it. His real prey was walking towards him, and he had no idea he was even there. All right, now let's see what you guys go with. Ooh, not everyone's agreeing. That means I did something right. I was able to trick some of you. Let's go with the correct answer. You figured out it was third person. Nicely done. That's cheese. I'm so proud of you. Is that what you've been working on this whole time, Evan? So you have, it starts off the first one talking about the old teacher, and then it goes to, I tried to throw you off of dialogue, but apparently you guys didn't fall for it. Go you. And then it goes to the old teacher again. So the whole time is the old teacher. So even though the old teacher is looking at the other things, it still is from his point of view. So your correct answer should be clappy hands, third person limited. What normally ends up throwing people off is the fact that they're like, but Mr. Broviak, what about the girl coming up the hill? I'm like, well, who's watching her come up the hill? The old man. Oh, just like in Fortnite or Fork Knife, as you guys kept trying to harass me on that one. What happens is, even in Fortnite, even though it's in third person, when you go and chase a person into a house and go pop, 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 and you're chasing them down, that's still from the third person point of view. It's just third person point of view as you're chasing that person down. So hopefully that helps you out from there. Yay, Eli, you got back just in time for class to end. The best way to do any class. All right, I see you yelling at me. All right, let's try one more. As you sit in the grass and wiggle your evil bunny tail, you watch as the girl walks up the hill whistling. Does she have any idea I'm even here, you wonder? But you dismiss the idea as silly. No one knows about you. That is until you look up and see the creepy old geezer standing only a few feet away from you. All right? Now, some of you I still fooled. Yes, some of you fell for my wily ways. This one is, I'm watching all you guys change your answers. One that we've not covered yet called second person. And second person is ever you say you in the story. So the correct answer should be how many of you feel on the inside right now, which is crying face, because tears, because it's second person. This was my tricky one trying to throw you off. Let me write down, let's see, we stopped on number 25. So my goal, let's come back to this guy. We'll come back to that. I stopped on 25 to there and stopping to there. Back to this guy. Yay! It's also a crying emoji. Sometimes laughter makes me cry. I don't need you judging me. My goal is when we meet again on Thursday and Friday, we're going to finish out point of view, and then we're going to get to theme, and we're going to get to conflict and other conflict, and do an example of a thing together. And then also we're going to talk about how to survive in my class. I'm going to introduce you guys to the life points, which is the B points, which is how you guys choose not to die in my class. And then hopefully at the very end of class, we're going to get to, what do you call that thing? A quiz. And then it'll be like the same thing like the homeworky quiz, where you get to do like the quiz at home, and we're going to try and help you out. And as we get to find out how good Eli's brain is and how well he can tap into his rememberingishness, because you're going to get to use these notes as we fill them out and try to make yourselves a little bit better. Holy cow, Tyler, there's people all around you. They're surrounding you, Tyler. Run, Tyler, run. And hopefully those of you who are wearing your mask are figuring out how well they work. I've discovered that apparently mine is struggling because the more I keep talking, the more it keeps going down my face. And yes, Jagger, it is an IU mask. Good recognition skills on that one. Although hopefully the next time you see me, don't you boo me, you hater, is the fact that once you see me again, I'll be wearing a mask that fits differently that's going to allow me to draw on the front of it or something like that. I haven't decided which one I'm going to be wearing. So we'll have to see from there. All right. Mask break because my ears hurt. My ear bones are not good. All right. And then, yes, Mina, I will see you at that same thing too. And good reminding of me, Michael. All right, let me get rid of other people. Those of you, we are done. And there, we'll talk to you guys again coming up on whatever date is. And then, Michael, I am more than happy to talk to you there. I'm assuming, aside from you wanting to yell at me about not playing Team Fortress 2, which I'm okay with. Hang on 1 second. All right.
I was just gonna say that I it's okay if I finish my notes after school because I just find it hard to do them during class.
Yep, that's fine with me. As long as you have them done and you can use them on the quiz, I have no problem with that whatsoever. And if that's
Okay.
what works for your brain, more power to your brain.
Also, I'm the angry bread god of the breadlands. Please fear me.
Well, you're pretty safe. I'm beginning to fear you already. I mean, not as much as I fear Liverpool, but it's right up there. You are a special, special person. Jagger, you just change your background to hateful, angry child, you. Oh my goodness gracious, so many kids and so many issues just staring at me. All right, and then except for the fact that I'm a little jealous of Chandler, who gets to be sitting outside and I'm stuck inside, but that's all right. I'm not throwing too much shade. All right, hair flip. And then I'll see you guys coming up. Yes, I see all of you trying to show off with your hair flippy things. I can do this. I can look at that. I'm put my hair into like a little faux hawk. You can't do that because your hair falls down because your hair is too long. Yeah. There you go. Don't try and look adorable at me. I won't fall. Done. That's it. I'm out of here. I will never see you again until whenever it is. Oh.